All right, today we're hitting chest and we're going all dumbbells. Now, I know what you're thinking. You didn't vote for that one. You probably voted for a video on the importance of a cheat meal, but unless you want me to line up a bunch of donuts and smash them with my fist because I'm pissed off because I don't get to eat them yet, it's not my cheat day, let's wait. I'll do that video next. And then maybe I'll even show you how to properly snort a line of frosting. Let's get after it. Let me start out by answering a question I've been getting a lot lately, which is, can you actually put on muscle by using lighter weight? And the answer is absolutely. And I think a lot of people get lost in the weeds trying to figure out the best possible rep range to get the most results. But in reality, I don't even think that's the right question to start with, because that's more preference than it is progress. Because I can take somebody and do 6 reps on every single exercise and get results. Or I can take somebody else, do 100 reps on every exercise and get results. Because in terms of hypertrophy, all you're trying to do is push that muscle beyond what it wants to do or even is capable of doing to elicit a response. And if you're unsure of how hard you should push yourself, just err on the side of kicking your own ass too much. I'm gonna assume before you got locked in your house with just a couple sets of dumbbells, you've done low cable flies before. Now, if you haven't, I question the decisions you made in your life up to this point. If you have, then you know it's a phenomenal exercise. And we can mimic that by getting on a slight incline using those dumbbells, but 2 things you gotta make sure of. 1, you gotta pinch those shoulder blades together to make sure that anterior delt doesn't just destroy the entire movement. And the other thing is, as you start to contract up, you're gonna wanna exaggerate the supination of that wrist and really try to turn that palm over as much as possible, and that'll hit and target that inner chest even more. Let me take a second to thank Skillshare for sponsoring this video. Now, before you say, why'd they sponsor this guy again? Let me make something perfectly clear. With Skillshare, you can explore new skills, deepen a passion, get lost in your creativity, and for me, those are all essential. I mean, how else do you think I was able to recreate that epic scene from Old School with Vince Vaughn on the rings? That was all Photoshop. Added in the smoke, lit the end of it, and I just used a candy cigarette. Shitty candy cigarette. Skillshare is an online learning community that offers you a membership with meaning. It empowers you to accomplish real growth. I suggest checking out Advanced Editing in Premiere Pro with Jordy. Could save you a headache one day. Like I've said before, Skillshare is incredibly affordable. The annual subscription costs less than $10 a month. The first 1,000 of my subscribers click the link in the description will get 2 free months of a premium membership to explore that creativity. Yeah. So I don't know if you're a big fan of fly movements. I like them, I think they're neat, but the one thing you find is on dumbbell flies, past a certain point, it's hard to contract that chest, keep constant tension, because you start to lose the force of gravity to the point, if you go all the way up, you can relax that chest, hold those dumbbells there, no problem, because it's not in your chest anymore. So what we're gonna do is deconstruct the movement, but not like one of those shitty restaurants that completely fuck up a meal because they just take it apart and lay it on a plate. We're gonna do something useful. We're gonna start out by pre-exhausting and targeting the inner part of your chest with coffin presses, but with this variation, you're just gonna stay seated, arch that back, lean back, and it's really about wrapping those elbows around your body and then driving them in at the top. We're just really trying to hit that inner part of your chest. And then we're going right into flies, but we're gonna do partial reps at the bottom of the movement to keep that constant tension and then just burn it out from there. So to get any legitimate pressing sets in with lighter weight is pretty tough unless you pre-exhaust first. So that's what we're gonna do. And at that point, you can press with 20, 25 pounds. And as long as you pre-exhausted yourself with push-ups to true failure, you're gonna have a hard time hitting up those 25s. So we're gonna start with a real wide grip push-up, hands on the dumbbell. So wide it's gonna feel like a fly. Just make sure you arch that back. Keep that chest the most dominant thing in the movement. Don't let those front delts eat it up. And then we'll go right into a reverse grip press, because most people ask, how do I get more development in that outer and lower pec? This is what that's for. But you also find that you have more of a connection to your chest, just innately how the movement is. It's less shoulder dominant. The chest is just gonna be naturally more arched, and you'll be squeezing in, so you're gonna feel it all the way from that inner pec to the outer part of that chest, and then we're gonna lean back in a little bit of an arch so you can really hit that in more of a decline movement. So as always, like, subscribe with the notification bell, leave a comment for the video you want next, and get after it, get growing. Talk to you soon.